What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video. Now this Division 2 video is about the skill power limit that people are talking about. They are saying that certain skill power mods, i.e. let's go ahead and look at some mods. So if we go look at some skill power mods, you can see that it says requires skill power 7800, requires skill power 6900, 7k, 7200, and so forth, 7700. Let's see if we can find a real high one here. 7800. Anyways, but you guys are starting to understand where this is going. This is going to be a skill power build that will unlock all of your mods. In fact, this is the highest skill power build I have ever seen in this game so far. This is going to be a 9,300 skill power build. This is the impossible skill power build. Now this is going to highlight one of my lieutenants in my clan Disciples of Doom. His name is Demonic, and we are going to watch his build video for the impossible skill power. But without further ado, you guys, here is Demonic. If you do like his video and enjoy his content, don't forget to mash that like. I will have his YouTube channel in the description below so you can subscribe to him. And if you have any questions at all, hit me in the comment section below. We will both be answering questions about the build. So, without further ado, you guys, here he is. Peace.
Hey there guys, it's Demonic with the DoD clan here. I just wanted to go over something real quick with you about skill builds and skill power and how people are complaining about, hey, you can't get over 7600 skill power and 7900 is the highest that I've ever seen on YouTube with Jasemian and blah blah blah. Actually, you can go a lot higher. What people are failing to realize is you need to spec full-heartedly, gentlemen, ladies, into the skill power. Alright, I'm going to show you what I've got going on here. I'm rocking a simple 9,343 skill power build. So far I have the highest one in my clan, but that's not the point. The point is here, this allows you to use all of your skills in PvE and in non-normalized Dark Zone in the Occupied. So, the problem is with skill power is when you go to do PvP, like in Skirmish or Domination, or you go to the normalized Dark Zone, there is a cap of a little around 5,000 skill power, which takes this 9,000 skill power build and caps it at that 5,000, which means I can no longer use any of the mods that are on my gear to run my skill build, which now forces me into running a DPS build or another DPS type support build for my group that I'm playing with, and that gets rid of all the build diversity that the devs keep trying to put out there and say, hey, we want build diversity, but we're going to cap this, this, and this, so it's not going to be too strong in PvP, but you do that and it ruins one part of the game and they keep buffing the other part. So it's forcing players to play a certain style that they want you to play, and it's not good. So from there, but let's go over some of the pieces of the gear that I have. In order to get to 9,343 skill power or higher, you will need to run the Empowered Talent, which gives you 10% skill power, as you can see here. I have 539 skill power on my mask. The brand sets really don't matter. There's only a couple brand pieces that actually matter to buff your skill power, but we'll get to that here in a second. We'll go down to my chest piece here. As you can see, I have Berserk. It's the Alps Summit Armament. It gives you 10% skill cooldown reduction, and then it gives you 5% skill power, which helps you buff your skill power to get the higher skill power numbers. I have 1,682 skill power. It runs Berserk for my weapon damage, because gotta be able to kill stuff, right? Alright, and let's move on to the holster here. Holster really doesn't matter. The brands on this don't matter at all. The main focus here is having the high skill power on it for the 1,768, which helps buff that skill power number that you need to get up there. Same thing with this piece. The explosive damage doesn't matter, but having the 788 skill power for the attribute does, and then having, again, another empowered talent to get the 10% skill power, that's not too bad. That gives you the 20% skill power buff that's required to, buff your entire skill number there. My gloves, they have 753 skill power on them. Like again, the brand doesn't matter here. But when we get to the backpack, this is where it kind of matters a little bit. I had to run another piece of Alp Summit so I can get the 5% skill power buff to buff my total skill power. Then I have 1,133 skill power there. That gives me my grand total of the 9,343. But I also have some mods that buff my skill power as well. I have a couple utility mods that give me 291 skill power and 240 skill power. I don't think I have anything. I do. I have one mod on the chest beast that gives me 281 skill power that I forgot to mention earlier. That's my fault. Sorry about that. But this is how you get to a higher skill power than the 70 and 100 you've seen like on Jasemian's videos or anything like that. And I feel that this is a little late, that this should have been out there sooner. That is, I apologize for that. I have been very busy with my personal life. But in the meantime, I do think it is premature of the devs to just listen to Marco Styles outright. I understand it's hard to reach this higher skill power, but you have to realize that they want you to focus on one specific thing. Like if you're a damage dealer, you spec into everything that gives you damage. That's what everyone's been doing lately, so good job for you. But people who are wanting to do skill builds, like they're not focusing completely into their skills, which, you know, it's not going to get you there if you don't go 100% into it like you would a DPS build. People are wanting to have high damage and high skill power with high skills as well, and get a good heal, and trying to play like Division 1, which you forget this is not Division 1. I am completely sorry about that, people. But the talents everywhere else here don't matter. But what I would really want to say is the two things I want to see change is I want the devs to try to hold off on this update for the skills and just let it happen, just let it where it's supposed to be. Just change the cap to, like, say 7,900 for normalized PvP. That way you can actually run a full skill build in PvP. Like, you can give your team a good heal, you can use your powerful skills. That's not too bad. But just forcing people to have 5,500 skill power, because that's the cap and that's what they want. You can't run an efficient skill build with the mods costing 7,700 skill power to activate. So let's take a look at my kiln launcher, for example. So the skill power requirement for 26% extra healing is 7,660, which, yeah, it's a lot. But if you spec into your skill power, like I was showing here in this build, you can get there. Same thing with the extra 160% radius. You got 6,743 required skill power to activate that. So when you go into normalized PvP, you have 5,500 skill power. So that means both of these mods would shut off, and there's nothing you can do about it because there's a cap, and the devs are like, "Oh, that's going to be too strong if you don't have a cap. So ha ha ha, we're going to put it lower than what it requires for the mods." So there's no point in running a skill build inside of normalized PvP because you can't do it. Anyway, that is my rant on that. But I do believe that the devs should hold off on this update that comes out tomorrow. But I know they're not because it's already too late. It's already been implemented. It's already been launched and ready to go. But, you know, what does the community know about, playing skill builds and things of that sort? I apologize if this video has gone too long. But you need to realize that there are people out there that can reach those caps that they say are impossible. Hint, hint, cough, cough, Marco Styles. It is impossible to have high skill power to get 7,600 skill power. I'm sorry. I have a fellow YouTube friend, Kamikazevondoom, did a video. He got to 7,300. I contacted him today. I was like, "Hey, bro, check this out," and showed him my build, and he was like, "That's really impressive." So, as far as I know, I have the highest skill power that I have ever seen in Division 2 so far. If someone has higher skill power, hey man, great for you. Good job. You did a great build. Share it with me if you want. But for right now, this is Demonic Echlor with the DoD clan. You guys have a great day. I'll talk to you later.